Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today, I've thought about doing these videos for a while. Let's finally do one, see how you folks like it. The pull rates for Fusion Strike. Every so often, somebody decides to open a whole bunch of packs and post some pull rates, and the lovely folks over at infinite.tcgplayer.com/Pokémon have gone and done exactly that. They have gone and opened 4,000 Fusion Strike booster packs, and they've gone and given us some information about pull rates, etc. And I should mention, go over to that website. It was not one that I use, I'm not affiliated with it, but they have gone and published this lovely information for us to have a look at today, and they do have a whole bunch of articles, both free and paid, over on their website. I'm not affiliated with them, and I'm not recommending them, but I am saying that we're using their data on pull rates, so, maybe a quick look at their website as a thank you could be worth it. Just putting that out there. So Fusion Strike then, what are the pull rates like? And is 4,000 packs a good enough look? It's more than I've opened. And to be honest with you, the number one most rare card in the set, it's the alternate art Mew V Max. We knew that, and it's apparently got a pull rate of 1 in every 2,160 packs. That's apparently how many packs you need to open to pull yourself an alternate art Mew V Max. So if you do pull yourself an alternate art Mew V Max, maybe start thinking yourself incredibly lucky. Now, obviously, it's a little bit awkward because it basically means they opened like 4,000 odd packs-ish and pulled 2 of them. If the pull rate is 1 in 2,160 and they opened about 4,000 packs, that is not ideal, I think is fair to say. But it's the best information we have available. And certainly, even if the exact pull rates are not 100% reliable, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, I just mean the amount of packs you'd have to open to get a real look. If you've got a card that's 1 in every 2,000 odd packs, I would want to open at least 10,000 before I started really taking these as gospel. But I think it is significantly the rarest card in the set, and I think at this stage we got enough information to say that. So that means it's going to be a card that everybody is after. It means if it is a card you pull, it's going to hold its value. It's not a card that is going to crash like so many of the others. I still think buying it between pre-release and actual release is ridiculous and silly. But I also think that it is fair to assume this card is going to hold its value in the future. Plus it is a Mew, so that kind of tells itself. The second rarest card in the set is apparently your Gengar V Max, with a pull rate of 1 in 4,440 packs. Okay. Pretty rare if I'm honest with you. That's pretty gosh darn rare. And this is a card which has long confused me, because this is a card that in Fusion Strike doesn't really make any sense. And I've ranted about this on the channel before, but this is a card that should have been in Evolving Skies. Because it is a card that, we had all the other versions of Gengar V and Gengar V Max all in Evolving Skies, except for this one. That's a little bit ridiculous. But it ended up over in here anyway, and apparently it is between Mew and the next tier of card. It is pretty gosh darn rare, it is hard to pull, and if you do pull it, you should probably feel pretty good about yourself. And then there is kind of a third tier of a pair of cards. Now, I would love to see the actual data that was gotten from here, but essentially, we've got a tie between Gengar and Inteleon Alternate Art V Max at 1 in 1,080 packs. And this is kind of interesting, of course, because they were a pair of cards when they were released. These are in those V Max decks over in Japan, whereby roughly 1 in 10 of the decks would have one of these in. So if you bought 10 Inteleon decks and 10 Gengar decks, you would expect to have one of each of these cards, roughly. So 1 in 1,000 packs, I mean, it seems high. But then again, how many of you, we're talking, you open up 30 boxes to find one of these. It's not exactly right, but about that. No, that is exactly right. 36 packs per box, 36 times 30 is 1,080. So no, it is exactly 30 boxes. to pull one of these cards. Incidentally, that means if you want a specific alternate art, open a few packs for fun, buy the things you would usually buy, and then maybe go and buy singles. Wait for the prices to settle down, which by now they've started to, but maybe don't go nuts, and maybe start buying singles, because you could end up pretty disappointed. So yeah, that's something to keep an eye on. 1 in 1,864 packs will get you a Mew V Max or a Genesect V, the alternate art. And I'm putting it out there, I would rather have the Genesect alternate art. He's breakdancing and there's a Smeargle watching him. What more could you want, ladies and gentlemen? What more could you want? This is pretty cool. I really like the Genesect. The Mew, I like it more than most Rainbow Rare V Maxes, put it that way. But I think it's fair to say that Genesect is the better of them. And obviously what TCGPlayer are doing here is focusing on the more popular, sought-after, expensive cards. There's a reason they're showing us the data for Mew and Genesect, and that is that Genesect with Mew V Max is, I mean, judging by everything I'm reading and all the results I'm seeing, the actual best deck right now. It seems like this is the number one deck in the Pokemon TCG, and people seem pretty clear on that. This seems to be number one. So we'll see if it carries on going forward, but obviously, you know, they're not publishing the data for every single card. What they're doing here is going, right, what are the cards people really care about? And then you've got your Mew and your Genesect. So, for instance, they haven't given us the information on the alternate art Greedent, which is still the very best card in the set, and I will not be swayed on that. This is just a phenomenal piece of artwork. And there is a rumor that one of these is in the post to me right now, and I'm extremely happy about that. And then we go down a little bit. So, for instance, the alternate art Mew V is 1 in 540. I am slightly confused by this, because we're talking Genesect is 1 in 864, and Mew is 1 in 540, and if I'm the Pokemon company making these cards, I don't really see a difference. I can understand why the alternate art Mew V Max, as the real poster child for the set, would be more difficult to pull than the others. I mean, it's interesting, of course, because Mew V Max was just in Fusion Arts in Japan, the Japanese equivalent of this set. Espeon V Max was a promo on its own, and then Gengar and Inteleon were in those decks, so there is absolutely reasons here for those to have different pull rates, and that makes sense to me. I don't understand why Genesect and Mew would have different pull rates as full arts, and I think this comes down to a potential issue here in terms of the reliability of opening 4,000 packs. I am not saying the data is wrong, but I absolutely am questioning it, because from a business standpoint, there is a reason why those V Maxes would have different pull rates, as I've explained. Because they came from different places over in Japan, so they're kind of different categories of cards. But Genesect V and Mew V both just came from Fusion Arts over in Japan, and I don't really see a reason why they would have different pull rates. It doesn't really make sense to me. That seems like a lot of work for no extra gain. So I do think they are probably, in reality, a little bit closer together, rather than Genesect being, 50% more difficult to pull than Mew, for instance. Now, the pull rates for the individual types are alternate art V Max, 1 in 332, but that is any of them. An alternate art V in 180 packs, a golden rare in 120, a rainbow rare in 127, a full art trainer in 64, a full art V in 58, and a holo V Max in 1 in 30. That is apparently what they're telling you. And the hit rate, chance of opening an ultra rare or better, which I think they are saying V Max or above, is 1 in 5 packs. So the pull rates are quite low. It's fair to say, if you buy a booster box, you should expect a V Max, but there should be no expectation of any of the others. Although obviously, time you add all of these together, you should be getting a few hits. You should be getting, 6 odd hits in your box. This is the information they've given us, and like I say, it's 4,000 packs. It's the best information we've got. I thought it was interesting to share, and I think it's interesting to see what you guys think about this, but 4,000 packs in the scheme of things, especially when you've got cards that are 1 in 1,000, 1 in 2,000 packs, it is quite a small amount in the scheme of things. But thank you to TCGPlayer for providing that information, and, go check out their website. Could be fun. Could find some stuff on there you like. Not affiliated with or recommending, just giving a shout out to people from whom we've got cool information. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what you think. So let me know in the comment section. Tell me what your pulls have been like. Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.